All right, what's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. It's a Friday. Hope everybody had a very good Thanksgiving, as I did. I watched some good wrestling from 2005. I saw WCW's Countdown, the Oh My God 100 greatest moments in WCW on Wednesday night. But today I got a couple topics. I want to talk about SmackDown tonight. Um, on the line is the WWE Intercontinental title, the champion Luke Harper going up against the former champion Dolph Ziggler. Will Ziggler regain the IC belt? I'm hoping the WWE decides to push him into the main event mix because there's a lack of players, superstars involved in that main event mix because they just got that handful that they continue to use week after week. And with the absence of Randy Orton, and of course the absence of you know who, our WWE World Heavyweight Champion, um, there's not a whole lot involved in that mix. But yeah, I'm hoping Ziggler moves on to matches that could give him an opportunity somewhere down the road for the WWE World Heavyweight title. Also, Miz TV is supposed to have a segment with the Big Show. It's probably going to talk about why he did what he did to John Cena um, at Survivor Series. And at this point, we've seen so many face heel turns by the Miz and not the Miz, by Big Show and Mark Henry. Um, who really gives a crap, right? So anyway, there's going to be a 20-man battle royal for Rusev's WWE United States title. Um, this is interesting. I'm sort of curious what develops here. Um, I'm actually surprised that they're doing this right now, but we'll just have to wait and see what develops there. Also, Divas champion Nikki Bella going up against Emma. Why is Emma even involved going after the belt? What actually gave her the right to contend for that belt is beyond me. Not a whole, real lot going on with the WWE Divas title as of late. Um, you know, Emma doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, our stiff buddy, the big guy, Ryback going up against Seth Rollins. Look for some sort of disqualification here, obviously. I don't see Ryback pinning Seth Rollins because Rollins don't seem to lose. There's going to be some sort of involvement. And if Rollins ended up pinning Ryback cleanly, I would be surprised. But again, look for some sort of outside interference. And we have the New Day going up against Slater Gator and Curtis Axel. So the New Day, we'll have to see what Kofi Kingston and his group members do against the trio of Heath Slater, Titus O'Neil, and Curtis Axel. Could be interesting. I'm sort of curious to see what happens there. Also appearing tonight will be Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Bray Wyatt. What are their roles going to be? Probably video packages and whatnot. Daniel Bryan may appear, actually live like he did on Monday Night Raw to try to help out the SmackDown ratings. We'll just have to wait and see there. So anyway, check out SmackDown tonight. Now, other news in the world of professional wrestling. I haven't really had a chance to watch Lucha Underground this week because, the holiday and whatnot. But the reports out of TNA is they're trying to reboot themselves. It's reported that Josh Matthews, former WWE announcer, is going to be the lead announcer for TNA Impact Wrestling when they move on to Destination America, along with Taz as the color commentary. I have no problems with Josh Matthews being there, but I think if they're going to reboot, get rid of Taz as well. I think nobody's ever been better than Don West. I wish Mike Tenay well. I have, read reports he's staying with the company. He'll have some sort of on-air, thing going on. What does this mean for Jeremy Borash? We'll just have to wait and see. But, if you're going to reboot, I'm telling you, I have not been a big fan of Taz on TNA for a very long time. I always thought Don West was great. So if you're going to reboot and you want to start fresh, get rid of Taz as well. I mean, if I had a choice of which one should have gone, I would have booted out Taz a long time ago. I liked it when Borash filled in for Taz. But so Josh Matthews, I think, is a good choice, and I'm sort of glad that the TNA has given him the opportunity because I think Matthews did quite well in the WWE. I don't know what their reasoning was behind that release. Obviously, it was something to do with money, but anyway. There are also reports out there that ESPN is interested in Renee Young. Um, WWE, you need to do something with Renee soon because she is a wanted product out there. Um, you need to really get her fixated in part of the announced team. I think she's great, um, as well as she's very attractive, and I think this would help out too as well. I think the Michael Cole, JBL, and Jerry Lawler on Monday Night Raw has gotten very stale in my eyes. Um, it's obvious too because Lawler's been around for years, and since the change to like PG, Lawler has to keep certain comments to himself. He can't be the Lawler of old. And JBL is just one of those guys that he's constantly got negative comments all the time, and most of the time when he does talk about certain particular wrestlers, it's pretty much the same comment all the time as well. And I'm just, to be quite honest with you, a lot of people are fans of Michael Cole. I'm not a big Michael Cole fan. I think he got, you know, he's overrated as far as I'm concerned. But you know, you you got Todd Phillips on the SmackDown team. He sits in the middle between JBL and Michael Cole, and Michael Cole still seems to get the most in when it comes to commentary. And I think JBL or Cole, one of them need to go on SmackDown. Um, but see, I think this would be the perfect opportunity for Renee Young to team up maybe with Todd Phillips and let them do the play-by-play and the color commentary for SmackDown and just see how it goes because Renee Young is a very wanted commodity. And if the WWE doesn't act quick, she's going to move on to bigger and better things. And going to ESPN here in Bristol, Connecticut, um, would be a big plus for her career. So, hoping that she pretty much stays with the WWE. Um, I don't know if the WWE is ready to have a woman commentator uh, in their booth. I don't know. It all depends. But yeah, so just a lot of little things going on. Ryback's made some pretty, off the wall comments about the statement CM Punk made in his interview. Um, I've made my comments on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman V2013 channel. I do believe what CM Punk had to say. And there were reports that back in April, John Cena tried to contact CM Punk to try to get him to come back. And there's also reports that Cena has wanted to really make a statement about this whole situation, but the WWE has told him to keep hush on it. Of course, and John Cena is going to go along with what the WWE wants because he is a corporate man. But, in my eyes, somebody on that roster, and I know they're afraid to say what they really feel because they're afraid of the repercussions they might get from the WWE. But I think it's about time that people start standing up and start really defending some of their other superstars when they go through this time of need. We saw a lot that went on with Alberto Del Rio when he was here in the WWE, and he was saying the WWE was racist, and a lot of wrestlers didn't really want to say anything. And you work with these guys day in and day out, night in and night out, and to be afraid to lose your job or what the WWE might do to you. When it comes down to it, when you have to worry about these kind of things and you can't speak your mind, you can't speak your piece, is that really the place for you to be? Because this is America. We do have the freedom of speech, but when it comes to certain jobs, you got to be closed-lipped. And I really think, you know, guys need to step up. John Cena has been there. He's seen it all. John Cena could shed a lot of light on this whole situation, and obviously the WWE wants him to keep quiet. And of course, we're going to hear a lot of the WWE side in the upcoming weeks, and I'm sure it's going to be the total opposite of what we heard from CM Punk. And the bottom line is, it's a wrestling business, it's an entertainment business, but you also need to be able to speak your mind and not be afraid. And there's a lot of things that do go on in the wrestling world, as we all know from the history of the world of professional wrestling, about the drug issues, the steroid issues, um, you know, people sleeping with others. It just it's a crazy world, and you know, I just think it's about time somebody really needs to step forward. A superstar needs to come forward and say, "Hey, this is how it really was." Um, I take no um, anything that really Ryback says. I don't take to believe, because Ryback right now is probably told, "Hey, you say this, you say that. You're right now in the middle of a push, and we'll push you to the top sooner or later." And this is what the WWE does do. They do make promises, and a lot of times they don't come through. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, this is a Friday SmackDown tonight. Like I said, check it out. And also, I'm looking forward to the new year in the world of professional wrestling. We got a lot of wrestling, you know, that we can watch now with the Ring of Honor, with TNA, Lucha Underground, PWG, the WWE, of course, and the list goes on with a lot of smaller promotions. So enjoy your Friday night, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you all next time. This is the Iceman.